Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today's video is going to be a budget with me for the paycheck that I will be receiving on October 10th, 2024 using the printable version of the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. So first off, I want to apologize if there's any background noise. I am not home alone, so if you hear things in the background, that's other people in the house. We are going to be talking about the paycheck that I'm receiving on October 10th. That is my first paycheck for October. I actually do have a couple of things here that I should have checked off already. There we go. This paycheck is going to be used to pay for the bills that are in orange, the vast majority of what I have left to pay for October, except for bills due on the 26th. And as usual, we have some savings challenges over here on Sunday that I will be contributing to. If we flip the page, I am going to focus on the paycheck budget tracker. As you saw, I haven't done my cash envelope breakdown just yet. I am budgeting my income to be $3,200. This is my income from my full-time job. I did work some overtime this last pay period, so it should be a bit higher than that, but I always budget what I know I'm going to make. In terms of my bills, we do have several listed here. I have my Kindle Unlimited for $20, my Netflix for $20, Verizon, which is my phone bill for $160, Optimum at $210, and Sikorsky, which is my car loan at $475. All of my bills add together to $885, and if I subtract that from the $3,200 we budgeted my income to be, we're left with $2,315, which is what we're going to bring down to the variable expense section. Now, this is where we budget for things that we know we have to spend money on, but that don't have set amounts. My categories for this section are always the same, and annually I do analyze the amounts that I budget, but those stay the same throughout the year as well. Groceries, I always budget $200, eating out gets $100, gas gets $75, and miscellaneous gets $175. If I add all of these together, it does equal $550, and if I subtract that from the $2,315 we were left with after bills, we have $1,765 to bring up to the sinking fund section, which is the most exciting section, I'd say, of the paycheck budget tracker, especially right now where I am starting to save for my 2025 sinking funds, which is awesome. Now, all of these categories and the budgeted amounts stay the same until I start reaching goal on some of my envelopes, and then I implement my sinking fund snowball. So for this pay period, we're putting $20 towards Black Friday, Christmas is getting $25, subscriptions is getting $40, medical is getting $25, car insurance and taxes is getting $160, holidays is getting $20, birthdays is getting $25, gifts is getting $30, RN and APR on licenses is getting $30, giving is getting $50. And if we flip this to the side here, we have household getting $20, home maintenance getting $100, baby getting $30, travel getting $100, and personal getting $25. Now, all of those sinking funds together do equal $700, and if I subtract that from the $1,765 we were left with after variable expenses and bills, we have $1,065 to play with. I am desperate to try and pay down on my student loans and my car loan. But since we're making a normal car payment with this pay period, I decided to put some extra money towards my student loan. So $365 is getting put towards Nelnet. And if I subtract that from the $1,065 we were left with after my sinking funds, we have $700, which I'm going to put directly into my house savings. Now, as I said earlier, I did not fill out my cash envelope breakdown just yet. I certainly will be doing this. You will see this filled out when I stuff my envelopes. I do think that my cash envelope stuffings for the next few weeks, or I shouldn't say weeks, pay periods, will likely fall on Sundays because I have been picking up overtime on Fridays, which means that I don't get to go to the bank on Friday. I don't get to film my cash envelope stuffing on Friday. I have to wait until Saturday morning to do those things. And so for me to not feel really, really crunched for time, it just makes sense for me to post those cash envelope stuffings on Sunday. Now, one thing I wanted to touch upon, since we're not going to do a deep dive into my cash envelope breakdown, is just a couple of things with regards to my sinking funds. I have not been contributing to my car maintenance sinking fund because it was at $2,000, and I'm comfortable with it being there because my car is a little over 2 years old. Once my car gets closer to the 4 to 5 year old mark, I definitely want to start making that into a rolling sinking fund again. But for right now, I'm fine with it sitting at 2,000. Now, last month, I believe I did have to have some work done on my car, and I did spend a couple $100s out of that sinking fund. So I do want to replenish that money. So I think that in the next couple of pay periods, you will see my car maintenance sinking fund make a reappearance in here until I can get it back up to its normal $2,000. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I have been adding $100 to my travel sinking fund every pay period. That is a rolling sinking fund for me. But I have decided that I want to try to go on a vacation in early 2025. So I am planning on starting to contribute more to that sinking fund. Anticipate seeing that probably with my second paycheck in October, if not my first paycheck in November. And that is going to be it for this budget with me. As I said earlier, you will see a cash envelope stuffing for this paycheck on Sunday. Whoops, here's my wire for my mic. You will see that cash envelope stuffing on Sunday. If you have any questions or comments about the way that I budget, how I use the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom, or any of the supplies and things that I use, please do not hesitate to put a comment down below. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye-bye.